I woke up just before 6 today. I completely forgot that I had to run a half marathon. I didn't train at all. Cool.
You must be wondering how I got here. Well, buckle up because we're flying back to 2022, baby, where I decided it'd be a great idea to sign up for a full Ironman in Thun, Switzerland, and around mile 66 or I think it was 68. I don't remember. Honestly, it was all just a blur. I did not finish. I timed out, but hey, I had the time of my life sucking at this. So naturally, I thought to myself, hey, why not sign up for this again the following year? And that's exactly what I did for 2023. I was convinced I was going to crush it this time. I was taking my nutrition seriously. I was going to Colorado and doing high altitude training in the Rockies like Rocky Balboa, even though he was in Philadelphia. And then bam, in mile 15 of the Thun, Switzerland Ironman 2023, my two lower gears went out and I was not able to go up that freaking mountain. Dream crushed. DNF'd again at the 15 freaking mile mark. And if that wasn't enough of a slap in the face, 2024 came at me pretty hard. Actually, correction, it didn't come at me pretty hard. I enjoyed everything that happened. However, it was a change from my regular life situations, right? However, I stopped working out. I gained 80 freaking pounds. Not nice. So naturally, I did what anybody going through a midlife crisis would do. Sign up for a half marathon. But then very quickly, I proceeded to forget about it. Classic. Now with zero preparation, aside from very light elliptical use, cycling maybe once or twice a year, and very questionable attempts at swimming, I get an email and it says, your half marathon is in 2 days. And that's when the excuses start to fly. I've got work in another city. I'm not gonna get home till 1 o'clock in the morning. It's basically self-care if I skip it, right? But then on my drive back, I made the biggest mistake ever. I played a David Goggins video. Who is gonna carry the boats, son?
Who's one more to carry the boats?
And just like that, David Goggins peer pressured me into this nightmare. Now you're all caught up. Strap in because it's about to get miserable. Enjoy watching me suffer.
Down, 12 to go. 2 miles down, 11 to go. Feeling pretty good so far. We'll see how the rest goes. Three miles down, still feeling good. 10 more to go. I got this. Four miles down and to go. Still feeling pretty good. Not too bad. 5 miles down, 8 more to go. Still feeling pretty good. All right. Six miles down. A little tired, but still pretty good. I think I'm gonna start feeling it around mile 10, maybe 11, but I'm definitely gonna finish. Mile 7, I walked the last bit of mile 6, but I'm feeling pretty good again. Like I said, I think my bigger bonk is gonna be at around mile 10 or 11. Normally the last couple of miles I like to dedicate them to people, so mile 7, this is for my family. I love every single one of them. Mile 8. Mile 7 was getting tougher. Like I said, I think I'm still on par for a mile 10, mile 11 bunk. But what is this? Mile 8, I want to dedicate this to anybody who's going through some shit. You can get through it. I know you can. Hang in there. Push through, buddy. So mile 9, now I'm starting to bonk. I'm feeling the cramps. You gotta push through it, right? This one I want to dedicate to my mom. So mile 9 to my mama. Thanks for everything you've done for me. Love you. Alrighty. Made it to mile 10. Walked probably the last 10th of 9th mile, but I did it for you, Mom. Now, mile 10, this is for you, Dad. I love you. Mile 11. I caught a second wind. I'm feeling good. This is it. I just realized I didn't dedicate this mile to anybody. The smile goes out to future me. Little sort of mental notes that I've been making while running. 1, I need to get my ass back in shape if I'm gonna do an Ironman again. Cause holy hell, gaining 80 pounds is not the solution. Stopping running, not the solution. Stop swimming, not the solution. Stop cycling, not the solution. The solution is to do these things. Future self, you also have to buy more real estate, baby. Subject 2, there's so many great deals out there that I'm fucking missing out on. Sorry, it's my throat. But you got this, man. You got this. Mile 12, rolled my ankle in mile 11, 7.5, and I've been kind of walking since. I have a little bit of a limp, but I think I'll be good. A little bit of pain, but overall I'm feeling pretty good. I know I'm doing a very, very slow. I'm at a 21:30 pace, so this is going to be a slow couple of miles, but not bad for training for absolutely zero amount of time for this. I'll show you my Strava. It'll be up on the screen, whatever the case may be. But let's see, dedicate mile number 12 to.
I just realized that the file corrupted as I was talking about who I was dedicating mile 12 to. I was dedicating mile 12 to all of my friends who, even though we're miles apart from each other, I still enjoy what they're doing and all of their accomplishments. That's where I was going with that. Back to the video.
15. I'm almost there. The cramps are starting to kick in. This is not good. I'll be good. All right. I'm just gonna run this last 10th, and that's it. I don't know if I'll be able to record it, because I'm not gonna run with this thing. All right. So,
Oh, sorry.
just never gonna do that without training again.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, can you? I'm trying to eat this banana. I've been craving a banana this entire time.
All right, so it's been a whole day since the race, shockingly. I feel a lot better than expected. I mean, I'm still walking like a baby deer on ice and stairs. Pfft, forget about it, baby. Not gonna happen. But hey, no big deal. The big win here is the fact that I did not get unnecessarily injured, because I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm not a pro athlete. There's no Nike contract waiting for me at the end of the finish line, so there was no reason for me to get unnecessarily injured. I just wanted to finish the race in one piece, and that was my goal from the jump. However, the race for me wasn't just a physical race, it was a total mental workout, and here's what I wanted to prove to myself. Number one, if I say I'm gonna do something, I better damn do it. I can't just talk the talk and then not walk the walk, or I guess in this case, hobble. Number two, I can absolutely push through discomfort, because I'm not gonna lie, throughout that entire race, I kept thinking to myself, just quit here, dude. You're not getting paid for this. Go home, watch Netflix. But nah, I pushed through it anyway, baby. Turns out I'm fully capable of ignoring that lazy voice inside of my head. Who knew? And number three, start before you are ready. I've noticed so many people get bogged down by the little details. What shoes should I wear? You know, what gels taste least like battery acid? And sure, those things matter, but the most important thing is to just freaking do it, right? It's the same with anything, whether it's running or my real estate career. People tend to overthink it to death. In real estate, it's as simple as just picking up the phone and talking to potential sellers and buyers. That's it. In running, it's just running. That's it. And for any other goals, it's just, well, I mean, you get it. Insert simple solution here, right? So yeah, whatever your goal is, don't wait for the perfect conditions. Just get started. The hardest step is always the first step. Or I guess in the case of a half marathon or an Ironman, it's sometimes the last step, because that's when you're cramping up the most. But you know what I mean. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe or dislike. I don't really care. It doesn't make any difference to me. As long as you interact with the video, it's all that really matters. Yeah, so anyway, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace. Shh.